Hey guys, it's Jiggly here. So I'll be commenting over my floor 12 spiral based run with only Xiao in my first team. I'll basically explain my thought process and why I'm doing what I'm doing. First of all, I just want to say I couldn't be happier with Xiao's design and kit. He's super fun to play and very strong without being too broken. He's not as strong as a melt Ganyu, but he's comparable to a vaporized Diluc, so he's a top tier DPS even without a C6. I've been highly anticipating his release, so I did prep quite a lot for him, and here's his build. He's level 90. He's got about 70 crit rate, 200 crit damage, 130% energy recharge, and 60% enemy damage. I'm running a Jade Wing Spear, which is the best in slot weapon for him, and I'm running 2 Gladiator, 2 Viridescent. Attack Sands, Animal Goblet, Crit Damage Circlet. So in Constellation I have him as C1, gives him an extra charge on his E. It's really nice in the start of a battle and to get more energy, but it's not a necessity. If you have GME stocks invested, I would go for either C6 or non-auto. Talents 877. For those of you curious about my second team, I'm running a standard Diluc Vaporize comp with Diluc, Xingqiu, Bennett, and Zhongli. So my Zhongli is actually not very built up. He's level 70, he's got a death match. His artifacts, I'm running a 2-piece Noblesse and some random artifacts that I could find on him. And his talents are 1, 2, 2. So the reason I'm using him is because he provides so much utility in floor 12 to break shields, and the recent changes on his E makes him able to reduce resistance of enemies by 20%. Even if it was level 1 with a level 1 weapon, I'd still be using him. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so chamber 1, I took a crit rate and crit damage buff. It doesn't really matter because at a certain point, they're just diminishing returns. So I'm just going to go to a corner, wait for these Hilichos to clump up, activate my Bankai, and go ham. Xiao does a massive amount of AoE damage, guys, and he's very good at breaking shields, so this floor is just perfect for him. Same thing with these middle turtles, guys. Wait for them to come to you, get your energy, activate your elemental burst, and it's very simple from here onwards, guys. No 5-hit required. Next, just your standard Diluc gameplay. On to chamber 2. Now this buff was actually a godsend, guys. I don't mean the offensive one, I mean the one that instantly restores 30% HP every time I use my elemental burst. Xiao is a really squishy character that loses 2% of his current HP per second in his elemental burst, so playing him solo is a pain. This buff was extremely useful. This floor is just a bunch of treasure hoarders, so just wait for them to clump up and do massive AoE damage to them. So these treasure hoarders are nothing special, but you do have to be careful because they can chain combo you, and before you know it, you're dead. So just take your time, get some energy, and wait for your ulti to come back. Now for groups of enemies, the best way to play Xiao is to just spam your high plunge. However, for single targets, if you want to min-max your damage, the best combo to use is normal attack 1, charge attack, and high plunge right after. Me personally though, I find myself barely using it because the damage improvement is quite small and Xiao already does a lot of damage, so it's not necessary. So here's a little trick you can do with Xiao. If you jump and press E, you can do a plunge attack to do a little bit of AoE damage while you wait for your ultimate. Here I'm just trying to get another ult off so I can heal, but at the end of the day it didn't really matter much. So what I'm doing here is getting distracted by things happening on my second monitor. But yeah, the chamber was pretty easy and I finished it with plenty of time left. Okay, so on to floor 3. Now this physical damage buff is completely useless in Xiao, so I decided to get some flat healing instead. Now the trick here is to do about 2 dashes east or west, so these middle turtles will charge at you and you can AoE them together. I'm also making sure to stay close to the wall, so if these middle turtles charge, they don't go too far away from me. Now this next phase is probably the hardest part, because it's Electro-Resistant Mage and her flies, they do a lot of damage. I'm going for the Treasure Hoarder first, so I can push them closer together as soon as possible, and the Electro-Resistant Mage will teleport to you eventually, so you can do AoE damage to all of them at once. So I'm being very cautious here because I'm getting really low, and I just want my energy so I can use my Bankai. And there you go, 9 stars on floor 12. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making this video. Let me know in the comments below if you pulled for Xiao and how are you finding it. That's all from me. Peace.